Hey everyone, LordDavon here again, and today I am going to give you a quick update on the house. And the update is, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Don't know where we're at. I'm in underwriting. I don't know what that means, but it looks like if I close, I will be closing either this week or next week. Either that or I'm giving up and I'm all done with this house hunting and everything else. I've never been so stressed in my life. Okay, so I am going to do a review now because I have got to take my mind off of this and start getting back into the things that I enjoy, and that is vaping. I enjoy vaping. So, without further ado, we're going to have a tale of two mods. And this is the tale of two full box mods from Brett Bullich. So, the reason why I say two mods, and I'm not going to go over this one too much, but I was sent two mods, and this review has been months in the making. And the reason being is that I was originally sent this mod with a note that said, please give me as much info as you can on ways to improve. And I did. I took it very seriously. I got with Louis Gentry, and we went over this mod, and basically I got a little bit nitpicky, but there's a reason. If I take a look at this mod, and this is the original one that was sent, the first thing that stands out is this has got to be the most gorgeous finish I have ever seen on a wood mod of this style. And I'm a big fan of wood mods, so when I see something like this, I'm also looking for things that take away from this finish. And it's things like gapping in the top, gapping in the sides, uneven gapping, pieces of sawdust that are still stuck into the finish, the back plate not being finished, the front not being finished, having all of this room, and there's this like velour carpeting that's in here, but there's so much room in here, but it takes two 14500 batteries. So when you put them in and you knock this, they move, which is dangerous. So, you know, this on-off switch is too deep inset to easily get to. You really can't turn it on and off easily. But there are good points. This isn't one of them. See the gapping around the button? This is the dial for the variable voltage because it's a 3 to 6 volt mod. But there are good points. I like the 510 adapter in the top. I like the horn button switch. I don't know if this needs to be wood for the dial, but if it does, this little nose can get caught on stuff and make it break easily. So Brett could have taken this feedback one of two ways. He could have either said, thank you, I want to improve my product, or LordDavon, you suck. Luckily, he created this. And this is the new full box mod from Brett Bullich, and this is really a wonder to see. Now this is a $200 mod, so we're going to look at it as, is it worth $200? And when you're talking about a luxury item like a $200 wood mod, you got to really look at it as you are the person who would be looking at this style mod. A lot of people would take a look at $200 and go, I'm out. And for you guys, I fully understand. For those of us who, like a few months ago, I had $200 to burn. I'm buying a house. I got nothing to burn, but I could have been one of the people that would have purchased this item. And if I take a look at this finish. He still has an absolutely gorgeous finish. Now, these have at least 10 coats on them. Now, he does the first coat, He waits 24 hours, and then he starts doing the other coats. He continually finishes this. He sands it down by hand. There's an awful lot of work in this, and it shows. It really does show. Now, it's still the same 510 connector. I'm going to take the Griffin off, and this is the Rev 2 Griffin that just came out. And as you can see, it's still the same 510 connector, which I really like. Put the Griffin back on there. Now, this is a 1.2 ohm Griffin. As you can see, that little bit of sawdust that's in the seams are no longer there. The voltage adjustment button is nice and large and very easy to turn. I still would prefer a metal button here. It doesn't need to be wood, but that's just another thing that he does that makes this a very nice wood mod. But you can turn that. I love that noise. That's just me sliding my fingers on it gently. Now, we're going to take the back off. And we have a finished back with this cutout. And if you take a look at the cutout, what is the cutout for? That's for the on-off button, which is now no longer inset. It's out there. You can just turn it on and off, which is very, very nice. We've got two Trustfire 14500 batteries, which are a tight fit in this mod, by the way. But we have this right over here. You've got this little piece of wood that he's put here to hold the batteries in, so if you knock it, they don't move. He's finished the inside. It looks like a complete mod, and when you put the plate on it, the plate goes all the way on. Standard bit of gapping, but that's it. Now, it is a 3 to 6 volt variable voltage, so we're going to turn it all the way down. This is a 1.2 ohm Griffin. There we go. We're going to turn it all the way down. That was all the way up. And it works well at 3 volts. I'm going to turn it up by halfway. Now if I take this all the way to 6 volts, which is all the way on, it does cut out. You can hear it just click and go off, which is fine because it's 1.2 ohms. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Still turning off, a little bit more. There we go. Too much. Okay, so it seems to work fine. That's the expectation of a 1.2 ohm item. I have put my 3 ohm stuff on here and they work fine. I'm not going to go and nitpick the electronics in here, but they do seem to work the way I would expect it to work, and they feel the way that I expect them to feel when I turn this dial. Now, am I going through and saying, oh, it might be off a volt when it's on 6? I don't care. I don't care. I want it to work with my items and the items that I put on here, and it does work with all of the items that I put on here, my 4 ohms and my 1.2 ohms. And when I wrap my own coil, that's what I wrap it to. So it works just fine. I really like this, and this is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous finish. And it's not that this wasn't a gorgeous finish. The difference is that it's just a little more curved, a little more done, a little more refined, a little more care is taken into the making of this. This was not worth $200 to me. This is. So, now, as everybody asks, and I get this all the time, do you think he did this just so right, just to send it to you for review? And I waited a little bit. I have a friend in Central Florida Vapors who picked one up. I actually have 2 friends that picked them up. And I went and saw theirs. And yes, they are just like this. So, I would say yes, he did, because of me, make more revisions, but he didn't just make them to send them to me. A little bit of stuff that I would like to still see improved. I still don't see the need for a wooden button for the variable voltage. I think a metal button would be fine, nice and shiny, and match the rest of this. The door could still use a little bit of improvement because it is a little weak. Now it doesn't fall off, but you can feel it move, have just a little bit of movement on it. Other than that, this is one beautiful wood mod. A lot of care goes into the making of it. It is handmade. It is a beautiful mod, and that is a gorgeous, gorgeous finish. You can tell that a lot of care goes into this. Now, when you get this, it comes in a nice little bag for carrying, which I really like. As well, he gives you a drip tip with it. And the drip tip is a nice large wooden drip tip that matches the color of the mod, which is just, it's a nice value added, and also comes in its own little bag. As well, he works with this stuff called TruStone. And he sent me one. And this is what the TruStone drip tips look like. And I wanted to talk about these a little bit because this is another absolutely gorgeous drip tip. I really like this, and you can see the metal tubing that he uses on the inside. They're large, and you know, they don't fit right on all of my items, but this is a nice drip tip. I've got to say that the TruStone, I believe they're $30. Now, I have picked up glass drip tips that don't have the nice look and feel of these drip tips, and for $30, I got to say that they're quite nice. This really is a beautiful drip tip, and it's stone, TruStone. It's very nice. It's very nice. So I wanted to show you that as well. I need to get this review over because we're hitting our time limit. I like to keep them under 15 minutes. So, the Bull Box Mod from Brett Bullich. You can get it over at bullboxmods.com. You can see how they're made. You can see all the care that he goes and puts into the making of these. And, you know, I've got to say that this is a very nice mod. I personally will probably be picking one up. I do have to return this, so it's not mine to keep. If it were, I would give it away in a contest, but you know, it is one of those items that I have to send off to the next reviewer, and I'm going to miss it, so I may pick one up myself. The Bull Box Mod. Let's see if this will work in the bag. I know I'm a little crazy. From Brett Bullich. I am LordDavon. Let him know I sent you.